You're listening to Soap Dirt, the latest in television entertainment news.
Hey, Days of Our Lives fans, we have got Jada and Gabi both furious at what has been done to Rafe, and they know EJ's to blame, even if they don't have any proof. The big question is whether they're going to break a few laws themselves. Will Gabi and Jada color outside the lines to take EJ down? Maybe. It's Belinda from Soap Dirt. Let's talk about how they can make him pay. But if you're not following us, please click subscribe. So in a recent interview, Elia Cantu, who plays Jada, said that her character may bend the law to make sure EJ is held accountable for what he's done. The problem is right now, Rafe does have a lot of his memories back, but not the ones they need. Lucky for EJ, all of Rafe's memories from the point he first saw Arnold Feniger to now have been wiped out by the drug. If Gabi and Jada are patient, though, Rafe might get all his memories back. But Rolf promised Kristen that the new formula, CRS-17, will permanently wipe memories and they can't be recovered even with hypnosis. I mean, really? Rafe could always fake it and lie and say he's got memories of the things that EJ did to him and about Arnold and all that. But faked memories would be hard to use against EJ because he might be able to easily refute them because they're not real memories, and EJ would know that Rafe was lying. And on another recent Days episode, we saw Gabi pull a gun on EJ for the second time in a week. She was really ready to shoot him. Thankfully, JJ showed up and stopped her and let her know the real Rafe is down at the jailhouse, that it's not Arnold, it is her brother. And that got EJ off the hook for the moment, but he's worried his house of cards is about to come tumbling down because of this Rafe mess. And with someone shooting EJ soon, I mean, Gabi's got to be a top contender since JJ saw her with the gun, and Sophia, Tate, Amy, and Paulina all saw the first time that Gabi pulled a gun on him. And of course, that's going to be problematic once EJ is bleeding out on the floor, but we're not there yet. Right now, Jada is still not back in her old position because of the info that fake Rafe handed over that EJ created to incriminate her, saying that she was a dirty cop. And since Jada is suspended from the force, she's in the same boat as Gabi, just an angry citizen, not with a badge. And they're both furious at EJ. They're certain he's guilty, and they're pretty much ready to kill him for what he did to Rafe. On the plus side, Jada does have her man back, and she's going to take him home soon, and her engagement with Rafe should be back on, but I suspect the wedding is probably going to wait until they figure out what to do about EJ. So one thing going against him is that Rafe did see Arnold in the DiMera mansion right before all his memories go black. And EJ could say, that's not true, thinking there's no proof. But the hairs that Gabi yanked out of Arnold's head definitely proved that Rafe's doppelganger was back in Salem. It's the only place she could get it. And that helps substantiate Rafe's statement that he saw Arnold. All right, next, we're going to see if anybody else in Salem knows about Arnold that could help make a case against EJ. If you remember, Sean found the stripper that slept with Arnold, and she said that she was calling him Rafe, but then he said, call me Arnold because that's my real name. That being said, she's not the most credible witness given her profession. Not that it's illegal, but the whole sleeping with people for money part is. And one person who could totally hang EJ out to dry is Rita, the crazy DiMera employee that's doing his dirty work with him and for him. But I don't think she'd sell EJ down the river unless they figure out she's involved and they try to flip her so she can avoid having charges pressed on her. Rita is a DiMera loyalist like Rolf, so I just doubt anything could get her to flip on EJ, no matter what Gabi or Jada tried to talk her into or threatened her with. But one person who could really make the case is Arnold. But Rita promised she came up with a permanent solution to deal with him. So before she could tell EJ exactly what that meant, they were interrupted. So we're all kind of wondering. Hopefully we'll find out soon. Kristen knows a little, but not the whole story. And she's not going to rat out EJ because she's just happy that she's not being prosecuted for Rachel kidnapping Ava. So this lack of evidence means that Gabi and Jada may need to do some plotting and scheming and find another way to take him down. Gabi mentioned on a recent episode trying to seduce a confession out of him, but she said he discussed her and he said, right back at you. But you know what? Maybe Belle could try that. She's the only person that could probably get in his bed and try to seduce information out of him. Although, if you remember, she did try to trick EJ the other day, but he did not fall for it. Still, if seduction's the only way to go, Belle would be the likeliest person, unless they use the stripper. But she doesn't seem like EJ's type. And, you know, since Jada knows that EJ created fake files on her, well, Jada might turn around and create some fake evidence to use against EJ. Turnabouts, fair play, all that. But don't forget, the DiMeras have great lawyers. So I suspect we're about to see a whole bunch of Gabi and Jada ranting to each other and also to Rafe that they can't find anything to nail that jerk EJ for kidnapping Rafe and holding him prisoner since New Year's Eve. And while I do think they're going to plot and cook up some plans, I think Jada is going to end up frustrated, and so will Gabi. Even crossing lines and playing as dirty as a DiMera may not be enough to nail EJ. And that is when I think the shooting happens, and I think that's why it turns into a whodunit, because all this is setting the stage. Not only do Gabi and Jada want EJ punished, you know, so does Rafe, so does Belle. EJ has a huge, huge list of enemies in Salem, from the mayor, Paulina, to half the town, if not more. And I do suspect EJ's shooting comes after Gabi and Jada plot and plan and scheme and try a bunch of different things, but still can't take him down. And that's going to make both of them look like suspects when EJ's life is on the line and he's bleeding out on the DiMera living room rug. So according to my leaker, who has a pretty good but not a perfect track record, it could be little Rachel who accidentally shoots her uncle. But right now, the person that everyone has seen with a gun in their hand aiming at EJ is Gabi. And Jada was right at her side the first time it happens and has been seen talking to her and conspiring. That's not a good look. And all this plotting could make the two ladies look like suspects in his shooting. So we have to wonder if EJ gets taken down or if he takes them down with him.
Thank you for being a loyal listener. Follow us wherever you get your podcast, because you don't want to miss the next episode. Soap Dirt is on all the major podcast platforms, including Apple Podcast, Spotify, iHeartRadio, and more.